bitfid.
3, 2, 1, take off.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've been talking a lot in my channel about model inference and model serving. The traditional usage and memory that exists today were not built to serve GPU-based workloads. So now we have new challenges that needs reinventing certain layers of cloud computing, especially for AI-based workloads. And today we will talk about something called G3.5 memory and how different companies are coming forward to address this problem. As AIs are getting faster and models are getting bigger, the context window are getting longer. But behind the scenes, there's another problem. Agentic AI. Agentic AI needs longer context because they are tied to tools to solve certain problems. And they also follow back with more questions and more context. Sometimes they will need the context from several back and forth communications to solve a problem. And because KV cache is limited, even the most expensive GPUs are starting to hit a wall. Not because they are weak, not because they lack compute, but because they are waiting for the memory. This is the new AI bottleneck. And NVIDIA is quietly building a new layer to solve it. It is called the G3.5 memory tier, or formerly called CMX, Context Memory Storage. This could become one of the most important infrastructure layers for agentic AI. Let's break it down. Last few years, everyone has been talking about training, bigger models, faster GPUs, but now the center of gravity is shifting. We have new problem to tackle, which we did not before, and that is the context and how you can save it. The real cost is moving from training to inference. Inference means running the model, serving users, answering prompts, handling agents, processing documents, and running workflows. And this is where the infrastructure problem begins. A simple chatbot is easy. One user asks a question, the model answers. Done. But agentic AI is a different animal. An agent does not just answer once. It reads, it thinks, there are tools connected to it. It may write code. It will even check results and have to recheck it again. And all these needs context to live longer. And every loop creates more context. And that context has to live somewhere. This is where the KV cache comes in. Let's try to understand KV cache from a different perspective. When a transformer model reads a token, it creates an internal memory. This memory is called KV cache or key value cache. Think of this as the model's short-term working memory. It helps the model avoid recalculating the same context again and again. For short prompt, this is not a big problem. But for long context workloads, it becomes huge. Imagine this. You upload a 100-page document. Then you ask the AI a question. Then you ask a follow-up. Then the agent reads more files. And then it calls a tool. And it generates a plan. Then it checks the plan. And you might make more revisions. Every step adds more tokens. And every token increases the KV cache. Now multiply that with thousands of users. This is where the GPU gets crushed. The GPU has a very fast memory. And this memory is called HBM. HBM is extremely fast, but also very limited and very expensive. So when the KV cache becomes too large, the system has to push it out. It cannot keep everything in the GPU memory. So it must move some context out. Or worse, it must recompute it. The recomputation is expensive and unnecessary. It wastes GPU cycles. It increases time to the first token, and it makes agentic systems feel slow. This is the recompute tax. Now let's talk about the memory hierarchy problem. Here is the simple version. An AI inference now has a memory hierarchy problem. At the top, you have the GPU HBM. It is very fast but very expensive. Then you have the traditional CPU memory. It is larger but slower. And then you have local SSDs. They are much larger but way slower. Then you have shared storage. This is great for durability, but it is not designed for hot KV cache. So the question is, where should active AI context live? Not the permanent data, not the training data, not the logs, but hot, reusable, inference context that the agent can use whenever it needs. This is exactly the gap NVIDIA is trying to solve. NVIDIA calls it the new G3.5. It sits between the local memory tiers and the traditional shared storage. It is designed for one specific job: to store the push out KV cache efficiently until the task is done, so if your GPU needs it, it can use it. So what is NVIDIA CMX? NVIDIA CMX stands for Context Memory Storage. It is built for long context, multi-turn, and agentic AI inference. The idea is simple. Do not force every GPU to hold all the context in the expensive HBM. Do not push the hot KV cache all the way down to the slow storage. Instead, create a shared context memory tier for the whole GPU pod. This tier is based on fast flash. It is connected over high-speed Ethernet, and it is optimized for KV cache. And it is powered by NVIDIA BlueField-4. BlueField-4 acts like a storage processor. It can afford storage services, it can handle data movement, it can help avoid sending everything through the host CPU. That matters because the CPU can become another bottleneck. The goal is to move the context faster with less overhead and less wasted CPU time. Now let's talk about STX. STX is NVIDIA's storage reference architecture for this new AI world. It is designed for agentic AI systems where the context is large, sessions are long, and AI agents keep state alive over time. STX combines several NVIDIA building blocks: BlueField-4, Spectrum-X Ethernet, RDMA, Docker software, and AI inference frameworks like Dynamo. In simple terms, STX is the architecture, CMX is the context memory platform, BlueField-4 is the storage processor, and the G3.5 tier is the new memory layer. This is not a normal storage. It is not an object-based storage. It is the new class of infrastructure for AI inference. Now, what is NIXL? Now we need one more piece. How do the KV cache move? That is where the NIXL comes in. NIXL stands for NVIDIA Inference Transfer Library. It is built to move inference data between memory and storage tiers, especially for KV cache. It supports high performance transfers, it can use RDMA, and it is open source. Why does it matter? Because in agentic AI, moving context is just as important as running the model. A slow model is bad, but a fast model waiting on the context is also as bad. NIXL helps move the KV cache blocks between GPU, CPU memory, and the storage. It gives inference frameworks a better transport layer. So instead of treating your storage like a slow afterthought, the system can treat context movement as a part of the inference pipeline. I have covered NVIDIA Dynamo in my previous video. Dynamo is NVIDIA's inference framework for large-scale AI serving. It is not just a model server. It is a system for managing inference at the data center scale. One of the important parts is the KV block manager. This component decides where the KV cache should live. Should it stay in the GPU memory? Should it move to the CPU memory? Should it be offloaded to a storage? Should it be brought back before decode? This is the key idea. The system does not just react after memory is full, it tries to manage context intelligently. It can pre-stage KV blocks. It can move them before they are needed. And it can reduce repeated prefill work. This is how the AI infrastructure starts to look more like a memory operating system, not just a GPU cluster. Now, there are other players. NVIDIA is not building every storage system itself. Instead, storage companies are racing to support this new layer. Three names that might matter is MiniIO, Weka, and the VAST Data. Each one has a different angle. First, MiniIO. MiniIO is already known for high performance object storage, but the MemKV, it is going directly after the context memory problem. MemKV is built for the 3.5 layer. It is designed for AI inference. It runs inside NVIDIA STX infrastructure. It moves KV cache from GPU memory to NVMe over RDMA. It avoids file systems and object protocols in the critical path. That part is important because traditional storage protocols are not designed for this type of workload. MiniIO also says ChemAV uses large block size, not tiny 4K storage block, 2 to 16 MB blocks, to better match the GPU style data movement. The goal is simple: keep the context outside expensive HBM, but keep it close enough that the GPU does not stall. Next is Vector. Vector calls its approach augmented memory grid. The idea is to extend context memory beyond GPU HBM, but without forcing teams to completely redesign everything. Vector is positioning this as a practical path. Start with today's infrastructure. Extend KV cache capacity. Improve throughput, improve tail latency, improve GPU utilization. Then evolve toward future architectures like BlueField 4 and CMX. This is important for enterprises because most companies cannot rebuild their entire AI platform overnight. They need a bridge. Vector is trying to beat that bridge. And then there is VAST data. VAST is taking a broader platform view. They're not talking just about KV cache. They're talking about the full AI data pipeline. VAST has been working with NVIDIA Dynamo. They say KV cache offload can improve GPU efficiency and reduce its time to first token. The message is clear. The GPU memory wall is real and the storage is no longer just a backend system. Storage is becoming a part of the inference engine, and this is a big shift. Why this matters and who should care? Because this changes how we think about AI infrastructure. For years, the AI question was, how many GPUs do you have? But the better question now is, how efficiently can you feed those GPUs? Can you reuse context faster? Can you avoid recomputation? Can you support thousands of long-running agents? Can your infrastructure handle memory movement? This is the hidden bottleneck. And the future of AI will not only about be bigger models, it will also be about better memory systems. Agentic AI needs state, it needs context, it needs memory, and it needs the memory to move efficiently. And that is why G3.5 layer matters. So here is the big final takeaway. AI infrastructure is entering a new phase. Training was compute bound, early inference was serving bound. But agentic AI is becoming memory bound, context bound. The better you get at managing context, the more efficient your AI agents will be. The bottleneck is not just the model, it's not just the GPU, it is the movement of the context. NVIDIA's G3.5 memory tier is a signal. The industry is building a new layer between the GPU memory and storage, a layer designed specifically for KV cache. A layer designed for long AI context, a layer designed for agents. This is still early, but it's a big deal because the companies that solve context memory will serve AI faster and at lower cost and with better GPU utilization. And that may decide who wins the next wave of AI infrastructure and AI serving. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to bitfid. I cover hidden infrastructure behind AI, not just models, but the systems that make them work. In the next video, we'll go deeper into how inference frameworks like Dynamo, VLLM, LLMD are changing the way AI is served at scale. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Fit in the static where the data hits the lock off. Purple neon green light spinning in the cloud.